Top 10 top. Wait, what? Tuesday top 10. No, wait, this isn't working out. Wait, guys, I think I remember. Top 10 Tuesday. Yep, guys, we are back with another Top 10 Tuesday. And in today's Top 10 Tuesday, we're basically doing the top 10 Piggy storylines in Roblox. So, guys, we'll be taking a look at 10 Piggy games and we'll be talking about their story. And once again, we'll be ranking the stories from 10 to 1, 10 being the worst and 1 being the best. And, guys, some of these stories are really good and really interesting, and some of them are a bit weird, alright? If you don't understand what I'm talking about, in Piggy you're an officer and you gotta find George. And then we have other games as well, so basically we'll be talking about all of those games in today's video. But guys, before we get started, I've been trying to do my research on all of these games. But guys, I feel like I'm going to do some small fails here and there, so if I miss something important and obvious in the story, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, I've tried my best to research about these stories before making this video. But yeah, that's about it, guys. Before we get started, be sure to comment down below your own top 10 Piggy storylines list in the comments down below, because once again, there are so many Piggy games out there. But anyways, guys, let's get started with today's Top 10 Tuesday. 10 number 10. The story of Sponge. And guys, I haven't actually played Sponge on this channel, but trust me, I have played it in Roblox and it's pretty disappointing in the story. Literally, there's only like 2 cutscenes. One is like in chapter 1, where you basically arrive at Krusty Krab's place and your player basically says, oh, this is where I'm supposed to be? Alright, well, I better go check it out. I mean, guys, I'm not even kidding. That's like what the player says. And from what I can tell, there's no cutscenes in chapter 2 or 3. So literally, there's no story in chapter 2 or 3, but in chapter 4, there's actually one cutscene at the very end of the chapter. And that's basically with this TV in Plankton's place called Karen. And Karen basically says that Plankton has gone evil and she needs your help to find him. And that's literally everything we know about the Sponge story. So yeah, there's a reason I put Sponge at the number 10 spot, because there isn't a lot of story to it whatsoever. But hopefully they will add more chapters so we can actually understand what's actually going on. But yeah, that's about it for Sponge. Moving on to the next one. Number 9. The story of Jeff, guys. Jeff is a pretty cool game, but the thing is, the developers literally stopped updating it. It is literally dead now. They were basically asking for 60,000 likes for chapter 5, and the game has 67,000 likes, and there is no chapter 5 out yet. So Jeff is officially dead. But guys, the story of Jeff isn't that bad. It's a bit confusing, but it isn't the worst out there. Alright, so in the first chapter, you basically see the scientist in this like laboratory. He's basically walking to this test chamber and somebody has escaped, and I believe the test subject who escaped was Jeff. So yeah, we know that Jeff came from this test subject kind of laboratory area, and then he basically escaped and starts chasing the player everywhere. And guys, that's basically the Jeff story. Maybe I missed something, but once again, the game has literally died. Number 8. The story of Gummy. And Gummy is another tragic case where basically the developers stopped updating the game, because Gummy was actually a really cool game. The maps were really well made, but once again, Gummy only has 2 chapters out, I believe, and then they basically scrapped the project, which is kind of unfortunate. But anyways, the story basically went along the lines of 2 kids walking into a house because they smelled candy, I believe. And then you gotta escape the house map, and after the house map, there's another cutscene where the kids are about to escape the map, but then the house starts to shake like an earthquake, and the floor literally breaks underneath them and they fall down this cave system, which is really cool, by the way. Can I just say that? But yeah, they fall down this cave system and they end up with this evil scientist, and this evil scientist is working on this like huge gummy, which is really terrifying, and I wish we could see what happened next. But that is unfortunately where the story of Gummy ends, and I don't think we'll ever know what actually happened. So yeah, F's in the chat for Gummy. But anyways, guys, moving on to the next one. Number 7. The story of Puppet. And I will keep this one quick because people literally freak out when I talk about Puppet, because literally everybody says Puppet is a Piggy copy. So like, guys, I will keep this short, alright? Alright guys, so if I understand the Puppet story correctly, you're basically in a house, and then when you escape the house, you run into the police, and the police believe you're the evil person, aka the puppet. So they basically arrest you instead of the puppet, and then you're in jail, and then you escape the jail. And by the way, can we just talk about how there's a puppet cop inside the prison? I don't know, it's pretty terrifying. But anyways, you escape the prison, you enter a forest, you escape the forest, you meet this scary teddy bear, and this scary teddy bear basically follows you. And at the end of the last chapter, chapter 5, you're basically reading this article about Puppet's killing people or something like that. But the thing is, apparently there was one survivor in this like invasion of puppets or something, and that's where we're at in Puppet at the moment. But basically in chapter 6 you'll be looking for this survivor in order to understand where these puppets actually came from. Anyways guys, moving on to the next one. Number 7 minus 1 is number 6. The story of Ronald, and Ronald is actually very interesting. I mean literally guys, the best part about this game is when you go to this guy with the white suit and the brown hair and the pig on his head and the bear on his shoulder, and he's basically looking for this car key, and when you give the car key to him you get the secret key. I mean it is so cool. So guys, be sure to check out Ronald chapter 3. That's the only chapter that actually matters. But anyways, the story basically goes along the lines of this. So in chapter 1 you're in McDonald's and this Ronald killer literally slams this guy into the wall, and then basically Ronald starts chasing you, you escape the McDonald's place, and then you drive off to chapter 2, but in chapter 2 you literally get stopped by a cop, and yep, you guessed it, the cop is literally Ronald under disguise. So Ronald literally arrests you and takes you to prison, and then you escape the prison with a helicopter, and clearly you must be safe when you're in a helicopter, right? Well, not in the world of Ronald apparently, because he literally has an RPG. And the helicopter crashes and you land into this laboratory, and when things can't possibly get worse, you see this mad scientist, and he literally drinks a potion which turns him into Ronald himself. I mean, not really Ronald, but like a big person just like Ronald. But guys, don't worry, this is where it gets better, because basically in this map, you literally meet this super cool person with a quest, and you guys should definitely go check it out. Trust me guys, you don't want to miss this, so be sure to play Ronald chapter 3. But anyways, at the end of chapter 3, you literally fly through this portal, and guys, this is where I got no clue where you actually end up. I mean, maybe you end up in a sewers map, I'm not really sure guys. But yeah, the story of Ronald is pretty cool, it's actually better than Jeff. Alright, anyways, moving on to the next one. Number 5. Alright, well here it is, the story of Bacon. And if you haven't watched my Piggy vs. Bacon video, be sure to do that, because if you watch that, you clearly know what my main concern for Bacon is, and that is the story, alright? The story is so confusing, but we're slowly understanding it piece by piece. So here's my take on the story. You're basically a classmate to Bacon in your school, but Bacon never shows up in class, and you basically take the bus and you arrive at his house. And once you're at Bacon's house, you enter his house, and when you're in his house, you don't see Bacon, but instead you see this noob monster, and this monster is called Nubius. Or Nubius, I really don't know how to pronounce that. But yeah, this Nubius monster literally chases you around every single map, and you know nothing about this monster. Like literally you don't know where he came from, or what his background is, or anything, which is really unfortunate because literally it's one of the main characters in the story. Well, maybe not the main character, but once again, he's a pretty important character because you see him in every single chapter. So yeah, we know nothing about Nubius, he's just a monster that tries to kill you, and then in every chapter you get like a memory of what Bacon used to do. So in the library map, you learn about stuff Bacon used to do in the library. And then in the arcade map, you remember that Bacon used to play alone with one of these arcade machines. And this is where it gets weird. If Bacon was alone in the arcade, and our character knew about it but didn't do anything about it, does that mean that Bacon got bullied and we were like too afraid to actually walk up to him? And then one day Bacon literally disappears and we feel really guilty about it? And that's why we start looking for him? Because that would actually make sense. But once again, Caleb hasn't actually confirmed that whatsoever, but that would actually make a pretty decent story of Bacon. But anyways, you keep escaping maps and you don't really get anywhere in the story. I mean, actually in the school map you hear about this character called Dr. Swine, and if I'm not mistaken, Dr. Swine is actually this person you see in the picture right here. I think Caleb confirmed that. So yeah, that's Dr. Swine, and something happened in his laboratory or classroom, and it caused a fire in the school, and that might be how Nubius actually got created. But once again, I got no clue. Like literally guys, we have no clue about the story of Bacon. But guys, in chapter 12 we basically escaped with a helicopter, and now we're heading towards the final boss fight of the game, and there is a small chance we will have everything explained to us after this boss fight. I mean, I really hope so we actually understand what this game is about. So Caleb, please explain the story at the end of the boss fight, alright? Thank you. But yeah, I'm not really sure who we will fight. Maybe we'll fight Nubius, or maybe Dr. Swine is the evil boss. But yeah, it seems really interesting. I can't wait to play the boss fight. I will definitely live stream it for you guys. But anyways, moving on to the next story. Number 2 plus 2 equals 4. Number 4. The story of Jerry, guys, and we're going to keep this very simple because we don't know too much about the story, but I really like the plot in the game. And it's basically that you're in your house and the girl has been kidnapped and you decide to chase after the car that has kidnapped this girl, and you follow this car into this big tower that consists of multiple floors, and the goal is to find this girl and save her. And we actually did that in the first floor, but Jerry somehow took the girl once again. And then in the second floor we saved a dog. I don't know, it's really weird, but I really like the story. It's actually really fun. But anyways, guys, moving on to the third spot. Number 3. The story of Guesty, guys, and the story of Guesty is actually one of the better stories in Roblox, because basically it starts off with this like innocent looking town, and there are a bunch of guests, and then all of a sudden this evil Roblox dude literally pushes this red button, which causes all of the guests to disappear. I mean, actually not disappear, they actually become infected. But yeah, the player is trying to solve this mystery on how to like make the guests friendly again and not be infected. And if I'm not wrong, alright, so far we know that if you show a memory of someone to an infected guestie, they actually become friendly again. But yeah, the guestie developers told me that the story is going to become way better in the future chapters, so I can't wait to actually see that. So guys, be sure to stay tuned for Guesty Chapter 4. I'm not sure when it's being released, but I'm really interested in it. And I think it might be a sewers map, alright? It's going to be really cool. Alright, enough of the story of Guesty, moving on to the next one. Number 2. The story of Kitty, alright. Obviously I had to put Kitty up here, because literally the story is so unique and so interesting. You're this cartoony mouse in this cartoony world, and you gotta save the princess. I mean, I guess it's kind of like Mario in that aspect. And then there's this evil kitty who's chasing you, and at the end of chapter 1 you fly through this TV into this like universe of different worlds. And it's really cool. We basically end up in the world of Mickey Mouse and then the world of Penny Pig, which is Piggy, by the way. And we basically see all of these different characters, alright? There's this huge variation of stories and everything. I really like it. But yeah, I really can't wait to see what happens. It's gonna be really exciting. Moving on to the next one. Hey, Bobo.
Yes.
Do you know what time it is?
No.
It's time for the number 1 spot in today's video.
Oh my god.
The master of the stories, Piggy itself. I mean, literally, Piggy, it's self-explanatory. The story is really good, and it's literally the founder of these great stories. But guys, that's not it, alright? That's not the end of Piggy. We have literally gotten a new teaser of Piggy, and that is Piggy 2. So yeah, Piggy 2 is literally confirmed. We have a whole new story ahead of us. That is why Piggy is on the number 1 spot. There is way more to this story, and it's gonna be amazing, alright? I can't wait to make videos on this. Alright, that was a lot, guys. Oh my god. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching this Top 10 Tuesday. This video was about top 10 Piggy storylines in the Piggy games. Whew. But anyways, thanks for watching this video. Leave a like if you want more Top 10 Tuesdays, and subscribe to join the Fancy Nation. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video, and a special thanks to all my members. If you don't know what a membership is, it's basically a great way you can support my channel for a small monthly fee, and in return you get cool perks such as shoutouts in my videos, behind the scenes footage, bloopers, and even early looks on my upcoming videos. So guys, if you're interested in becoming a member, be sure to click the join button on the front page of my channel. And a special thanks to General Mark Zamato, Enel01, Cyber Harrison, Rosa Tenemia, Miriam Lorenzo, L Roblox, Kawaii Cuteness, Harrison's X, Roxana Cruz Hernandez, Jeremy Carrasco, General Mark Zamato, Evie Boy, Gavin McLearn, Squiddy Devil for being Fancy tier members. I really appreciate your support. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace!